and welcome to my channel. Thank you for visiting me in my car today. It's early in the morning. Well, not that early. It's the normal time, I think, for people. Most people are getting up, but I got up extra early this morning because I had a mammogram. So I got up, got my coffee, then I went and got my mammogram, and then I went and got a second coffee as my reward for getting my mammogram. I don't make the rules. You're supposed to reward yourself when you do things. And in this new year, one of my things is going to be I'm going to reward myself more. Because I don't reward myself quite enough with all of my Disney trips I go on. But that's not necessarily a reward. I'm working. That is part of working for me. It's hard work. Anyway, I wanted to share something with everybody, and I wanted to get your opinions. So several years ago, Marshall was 14 years old. Him and his friend were 14 years old, and there was this place in Jacksonville Beach called Freebird Live, and it used to be the Freebird Cafe, but they stopped serving food, and then it just became a concert venue. And it was where like smaller bands and not quite so big performers would have concerts, and we would go to a lot of them. So GWAR, we've seen GWAR like 3 times there, and it was the first time we took Marshall to see GWAR because we think GWAR is appropriate for a 14-year-old. Sue me. So my friend decided to bring her 14-year-old also. Okay? So we're there, and we're waiting for the concert to start, and it's for all ages, but they did serve alcohol. I think they just served beer and wine, but they may have served mixed drinks too. I'm not sure. But we weren't drinkers, so I don't know. But there was this woman. She was a big old woman. She was about 6 inches taller than me, and she had 150 pounds on me for sure. And I'm not talking bad about her. I'm not body shaming her. I'm just saying she was a big woman, and she was. She was probably about 19, 20 years old, maybe a little older, college age, and she was just drunk, and she was running around like just stumbling around the whole place, and then she kept grabbing men's butts, right? Like grabbing their butts and feeling them up and stuff, and most of them are some of them just laughed it off, but that is sexual assault in my opinion. And well, it's not an opinion, that is a fact. Most of them that just brushed it off, but some of them were like, oh God, get off of me. Well, she started walking over to Marshall, and I put my finger in her face, and I said, don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. And I said, he's 14. And she's like, all right. And like it was ridiculous that I would expect her to not put her hands on my child. But then she moved over to my friend's child, and before anybody noticed, like I caught the tail end of it, but she caught it. She was kind of a few steps away talking to somebody. And when she looked over, the woman was like grabbing his butt, and then she like reached around and grabbed his front. And he was like grossed out, of course. And she ran over, and she got, and my friend was like 2 inches shorter than me, and she's like, ah, and she got in her face, and she goes, that is a 14-year-old boy, and you just essayed him, except she did not say essay, and you're going to jail. And there were police officers in there because it's GWAR, so you got to have police officers. And she went up to a police officer, and he, and other people witnessed it, and they say, yeah, she sure did. She sure did grab that 14-year-old child's business. And he handcuffed her and let her out of the building. And she's like, I want my money back. And then she's like, so she's outside, and they asked some of us to come outside and talk to the police, right? And remember, this is 12 years ago, so I'm like, think this is 12 years ago, so I'm trying to remember, but I mean, it stands out pretty good in my head. But so we're out there, and she's like, I didn't know he was 14. And the police officer said, you shouldn't be running around grabbing people by their private parts, no matter how old they are. And she goes, well, if they're over 18, it's legal. And he goes, well, actually, no, it is not illegal. And then there were some other men out there that were like, well, she grabbed my business too. And I was like, she did. She grabbed him by his tallywhacker too, you know? And so then she ended up getting arrested and getting put in the cop car. And so she was charged and was found guilty of CSA and SA. And she got in a lot of trouble for it. Now, my question for you, and I'll tell you my opinion, but my question for you is, did everybody overreact? Because, like, there were people there that were her age that were like that nature that was like, it's okay, everything's cool, everything's allowable. No, they were not allowing it. They were like, she shouldn't be putting her hands on anybody, right? So what's your opinion on that? Should she have gotten in trouble for that or not, or no? Should she have gotten a slap on the wrist? Because she did not get a slap on the wrist. She actually went to court. You know, she was taken to court, and there were a lot of witnesses there that was like, you know, whatever. It was in the news and stuff, like the local news. But, I mean, it wasn't like covered heavily, but it did make the news. And the local newspaper for Jacksonville Beach. But and it ended up getting in trouble. But do you think, in your opinion, say this was your 14-year-old son. What is your opinion if that happened to your 14-year-old son? Because, in my opinion, I 100% agree with what happened to her. I think she should have been charged because, think about it, if it was, I don't want to go that way. If it was a girl and a guy doing that, everybody would be losing their mind. You know? And this 14-year-old boy, he's fine now, but he's like that traumatized him a little bit. He was like, I kind of feel like it messed up the way he viewed women that wasn't his mother, you know? And I know some of y'all are probably thinking, well, y'all got no business bringing your kids to a GWAR concert anyway. Yes, we do have business doing that. We bought our tickets. We have the right to be at any concert and not have our children get grabbed. They have the right to be at a concert and not get grabbed. So don't come at me with that. If that's your attitude, don't even try it. Because that's allowing it. And sexual assault is never okay. But anyway, so my opinion is, yeah, I think everything went exactly as it should have gone. But what is your opinion? Especially with how many witnesses were like, because they follow, the police didn't even ask for witnesses. When people heard that he was 14, people came walking right outside behind the police officer and her, to tell him, yeah, she was grabbing his privates, front and back. But I would have told her to stop at him too, but I figured she would have just learned and walked away when I told her, don't touch him, don't even think about doing it. He's 14 years old. I will kill you. I think I'll have to ask Eric. I'm pretty sure I told her I would kill her. I did threaten her in some manner, though. I did. But yeah, me and Eric were just talking about it last night. He was like, his attitude towards it was, we should let the streets handle her. I'm like, no, we don't let the streets handle her. We are dignified. We are adults. But my friend, she is actually very conservative. And I expected her to react, of course, and protect her child, but I thought she was going to roll her. And then she ended up thinking better of it and got the police involved. So, but the one police officer, I think it was the one that handcuffed her, he saw the whole thing. And he was like, but he didn't realize that the boy was 14 either. But once he did, and I'm like, what are you're watching her grab males by the junk and you're not stopping her? It doesn't matter if he's 14. It's still illegal. I mean, it's extra illegal when it's a 14-year-old. And the judge told her, do you realize if he was just 2 years younger, you would be charged with a capital sex offense? God, and I'm not laughing because I think it's funny what she did. I'm laughing because of just, it was such a weird situation. But anyway, what are your opinions on that? I'm going to go have a sip of my coffee. I'm going to caffeinate. I don't remember if I already said this, but I went to the grocery store. I had so much time after my mammogram this morning. And get your mammograms, lady. But I had so much time, I was able to get to the grocery store and get what I need to make dinner tonight. I am making a goat cheese and chive quiche. And I also got chicken sausage, but I think we'll just have the chicken sausage tomorrow night. I might stir fry them with some onions. But it's looking more and more like I don't like pianos. Oh my gosh. There's this woman out here with a big blanket around her yelling at her cart. Like she has a little shopping cart. Not a shopping cart, but the kind of carts that people drag around with them when they're buying things, and it's like their personal property, not the store's property. But anyway, she seemed to be having a disagreement with it. I don't know where I'm at. I just wanted to drive around a little bit. I do have time to kill this morning. But I think I'm going to go home and get a quick nappy nap in. I don't even know where I'm at. I mean, I know where I'm at, but I'll just drive down this way. That's not true. I really don't know where I'm at. Oh, but I just found a Caribbean grocery store. That might be something worth looking at. Because when I don't really make New Year's resolutions, but I kind of made some goals in terms of my channel, and I want to do more food-related content that's not just Disney. So I have some ideas, and one of them is I want to try new restaurants in the area. Not that Jacksonville and the surrounding areas are really hubs of tourism. But maybe I'll do a video on why you should come visit Jacksonville or in St. Augustine. I mean, St. Augustine, I guess I don't really need to sell St. Augustine. Yeah. But anyway, that's it. I'm going to go. Give me your opinion on that little legal whoopsie we had at Freebird Live at the GWAR concert. And again, don't lecture me about how I shouldn't bring my 14-year-old to GWAR concerts. I saw a lot worse when I was 14. So, and I didn't, and my mom did not come. So, Marshall's first concert was Willie Nelson and Bob Dylan. They were together in concert. They were co-headliners. So, and they were there too. We were right in the front. We were right in the front, and people were so polite with their weed. They were like, do you want us to go over there and smoke this? Or should we not smoke it at all? And I'm like, well, if you don't mind, if you could just go over there, just so he doesn't have to breathe it in or whatever. Because I wasn't going to be able to stop him from smoking it. So, but yeah, that was his first concert. It was Willie Nelson and Bob Dylan. So, that was fun. He's gone to a lot of concerts. He's a lucky kid, in my opinion. Has he been to see Kiss? We've been to see Kiss like 3 times, but I don't think he's ever gone. And check this out. This is how lucky my husband is. He has won concert tickets from the radio station 3 times. He won for Welcome to Rockville, and I don't remember if he won them for the Welcome to Rockville in Daytona or if he won it here before it moved to Daytona. But either way, he won Welcome to Rockville tickets. I had to run home one day when I worked at the hospital during my lunch break, and he called me, and I said, hey, what's up? He goes, I just won tickets for the Rolling Stones. And I just started crying because I did not think we were going to get to see the Rolling Stones in my lifetime. You know, I thought that that was just going to be something that I would never see. And he's like, yeah, I won tickets to the Rolling Stones. And I cried. I was like, oh my God. And I called, because I love Keith Richards so much. I've loved him as long as I can remember. And I called work. I couldn't even wait till I got to work. And I said, and I'm like, and she goes, what's wrong? The girl at work. And I said, Eric just won tickets to the Rolling Stones. She's like, well, why are you crying? And I'm like, because I'm so happy. And then a week later, he won tickets to Kiss. And the seats for and the seats for the Rolling Stones it was a stadium show, and we were pretty far away, but the seats for Kiss were perfection. But yeah, that was pretty cool. That was a fun show. But I try to get him to win tickets for other concerts that I want to go to, but they're bands he doesn't like, so he doesn't think about it. You know, I'm like, well, think about me. I got some nerve saying he should think about me. As much money as he spends on my Disney trips. So, okay. But anyway, that's it. I'm going to go. Let me know what you think of that. I just wanted to chit chat. And I'll talk to everyone later. Bye.